Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. XRP Yoda posting this: if you could choose one bag, what would you grab? Would you grab a bag of Bitcoin, Ethereum, or XRP? So he gives the equivalent amount here, either one Bitcoin, 55,541 XRP, or 13.2 Ethereum. Well, I mean, if you do your work and if you do the math, you can see where we are in the trend for both, or rather for all three of these cryptocurrencies. Taking a Fibonacci from the top of the last bull run for Bitcoin, bringing it down to the trough of the market, we can see Bitcoin has already hit its 3.618. Right now it's hovering at around 2.618. But if we just assume that, all these coins are going to rally up, making a full Fibonacci retracement to the 4.236, you can see Bitcoin here has about, how much does it have? Roughly 57, 58% left in it. Okay, I'm taking it from today's price here. And again, it's hovering around the 2.618. If we bring that up all the way to the 4.236, you can see there's only about 58% left in Bitcoin. If we bring up Ethereum, we do the same exercise here. Top of the last bull market, all the way down to the trough, we can see Ethereum is in similar shape. Let me just take that off auto for a second here. Ethereum hovering roughly around the 2.618. It did hit the 3.618, but if we were to assume that Ethereum still had a little bit to go and to make it up to the 4.236, we would see Ethereum has about 67% left in it. So 58%, Ethereum has a little bit more at 67%. But guys, which coin is the most undervalued coin out of the three? Of course, it would be XRP, bringing it from the top of the last bull market all the way to the trough of the bear market. And you can see XRP is still hovering at the 0.236. So a long ways to go to its all-time high. And, these are the targets that we're all eyeing at this time. That would be roughly $13.77, which would bring XRP up 1,567%, which means, and let's see what the verdict is here, wow, 89.1% would choose XRP over Bitcoin at 5.8% and Ethereum at 5.1%. So all things considered, I think our best chance at making those gains would be through XRP. I mean, you never know where the market's going to go, but, here, it's just an easy exercise to show you how undervalued XRP is compared to some of the other cryptocurrencies. Market cap right now sitting at about 2.1 trillion, and Bitcoin still hovering around 40%, which means 40% of the crypto market right now is sitting in Bitcoin, the safe bet, the one that everybody knows, the one that has name recognition. And you can see the market fairly flat over the last 24 hours, not too many big movers up or down. I wanted to bring you guys some interesting news with regards to the entire crypto market. And I'm getting this from a couple of sources here, okay? This from Michael at Val5 Links. Goldman Sachs is gearing up to offer full spectrum of Bitcoin and crypto investment services to its wealthy clients. So banking giant Goldman Sachs is reportedly looking to offer crypto investment services to its deep-pocketed clients in the coming months. According to a new report by CNBC, the investment bank soon plans to add support for Bitcoin and a full spectrum of other crypto assets due to high demand from its high net worth customers. So first, let's go back to 2017, 2018, even 2019 with some of these big banks. Goldman Sachs was very, very, very adamant that they were not touching crypto, that they did not want to participate in this scam market. And now look who's doing a 180. JP Morgan is another example of that. Big banks now realizing that there is huge demand for cryptocurrencies. And so here's what they had to say. So Mary Rich, the newly appointed head of digital assets for Goldman, their private wealth management division, she said, "We are working closely with teams across the firm to explore ways to offer thoughtful and appropriate access to the ecosystem for private wealth clients, and that is something we expect to offer them in the near term. There's a contingent of clients who are looking to cryptocurrencies as a hedge against inflation." So we're seeing this a lot more now. These big, big Wall Street types, the institutional firms, institutional investors, they're looking for something to hedge. And so if they're already a client of Goldman Sachs and they're telling Goldman, they're telling, the bank, we want to invest in cryptocurrencies. What can you offer us? Well, what does the bank do? They have to provide the service for their client. Otherwise, their client will go to the competition, i.e. JP Morgan or somewhere else. So now all these big banks are falling in line. All these big banks realize, okay, Although we said this 3 years ago, now we have to pivot, now we have to change gears, and we are seeing this more and more. The macro backdrop over the past year has certainly played into that, meaning the inflation aspect of it all. So there's also that. We're also seeing huge inflation, and these wealthy investors want to hedge against the US dollar. There is also a large contingent of clients who feel like we're sitting at the dawn of a new internet in some ways and are looking for ways to participate in this space. Goldman Sachs' private wealth management is geared towards affluent clients with a minimum of $25 million to invest. So guys, this is big money. This will dwarf this market, the current market right now. $2 trillion is basically chump change once these guys really enter in the market. Again, these people have to be worth over $25 million to qualify. Currently, the bank is in the middle of gathering the necessary permissions needed from state and federal regulatory agencies such as the SEC and the New York Department of Financial Services to lawfully offer crypto services, sources with knowledge of the matter told CNBC. Also down here, just note Goldman Sachs would join fellow US-based banking titan Morgan Stanley in offering up BTC investment services to their customers. So Morgan Stanley is another good example of a big bank, who is already jumping into the crypto market, and now it looks as though Goldman Sachs is doing it. And again, guys, note to hedge against inflation. The reason I wanted to bring that up is because I also saw this from James K. Filan, XRP community. XRP, for your information, below is an article with a link to a report stating that crypto ownership in the US, Latin America, and Asia Pacific region nearly doubled in 2021. And so this is from a Gemini report. Gemini's 2022 Global State of Crypto report uncovers trends in adoption, barriers to entry, and attitudes towards crypto among nearly 30,000 respondents in 20 countries. So this is a more global kind of perspective on what is going on. Today, crypto platform Gemini released its 2022 report, finding that 2021 was a transformative year for crypto, with nearly half of all current crypto owners in the US, that would be 44%, Latin America at 46%, and Asia Pacific at 45%, first buying crypto in 2021. So we saw a huge influx of people buying cryptocurrency in 2021, and here is the total market cap just to kind of demonstrate where crypto went in 2021. So I'm going to take it from January 1st over here, just to give you guys a sense of where that was. So right in and around here. And as you guys can see, right at the peak over here, that was in and around November. So that brought us to kind of the end of the year, almost in the end of the year. We can see a 303% increase from basically the beginning of the year all the way to the top of the market. Again, this is the total market cap. So this is all cryptocurrencies. And guys, even more interesting is this, and I'm going to, I'm just going to put a date range around this because I want to show you guys, take a look at all this volume for cryptocurrency and how excited people were getting about cryptocurrency at this moment in time. Now, since then, we have seen a drop in volume, and I mean, most of this volume was concentrated in the first, I want to say first quarter of the year, a little over the first quarter. Since then, the volume did drop, but 2021, obviously a big year for cryptocurrencies. No one was talking about 2020, really. I mean, I think cryptos and other markets did flourish then, but for other reasons. Of course, there was the lockdown back in March 2020, and all markets just kind of collapsed. From there, that was kind of a new reset point, and all markets did tend to rally in 2020. But 2021, noted specifically here, the report also surfaced that concerns around inflation were a primary driver of adoption. The crypto gender gap may be narrowing in the coming year, and that globally, education remains the greatest barrier to investing in crypto. So also note here that they mentioned the inflation and how that was a concern for new investors. Additionally, developing countries like Brazil and Indonesia led the way in crypto adoption with more than 2 in 5. Respondents in each country reported owning crypto, compared to just 17% across developed countries and regions, including the US, which is 20%, Europe 17%, and Australia 18%. So 2021, a breakout year for crypto investments among not only the institutional investors, but also retail traders. And note that in both of these reports, guys, they are concerned with inflation. And so we can see it in the price of food. We can see it in the price of gasoline. When you fill your car, inflation is definitely here, and some are suggesting it is only going to get worse. So could this be good for the crypto market? And how is this going to shift people's opinions on crypto? Are different kinds of cryptocurrencies going to see more investment being poured into them? Are we going to see the WEF coins, for example, see a bigger surge, considering these are the coins, well, first of all, that the World Economic Forum listed in their paper as coins to be paying attention to, but more importantly, these are also coins that are going to solve problems. The number 6, number 7, and number 8 coin here, respectively, Solana, Cardano, and XRP, are on that list. A few others include Algorand, the CELO token, and XLM is the last one. I believe there were 6 on the list, and so those are the 6. Are we going to see coins like that move, or is it going to be the more traditional choices like Bitcoin, Ethereum? Well, I wanted to bring you this because it's important to see where the trend is going. And I think more and more people are catching on to this along the lines of the WEF's narrative for clean energy, right, to support their climate change agenda. I also saw this from Michael at Val5 Links. Now, this is an article just discussing an interview that Monica Long had with Thinking Crypto. According to Long, Ripple's XRP ledger is designed to be carbon neutral, as we know, one of the most environmentally cryptocurrencies out there that is solving a problem right now. The amount of energy you need for XRPL transactions over the course of a year is equivalent to the energy expenditure of 50 US households versus you look at a proof of work chain, it's something like 14 to 15 million households. So that coming from the general manager at RippleX, she added that low energy usage of the XRPL has made the network attractive for carbon credit marketplaces and exchanges. Cryptocurrencies using the proof of work algorithm, however, have come under scrutiny in recent times due to the large amount of energy required to process transactions. Environmental activists have decried the negative impact of cryptocurrency mining on the global climate, with several pleas to the government to put an end to these operations. So, Bitcoin under fire, other proof of work coins under fire, and we are seeing this coming out more and more. So last year, for example, Bitcoin mining had been clamped down by the Chinese government for several reasons, including the environmental implications of the operation. China is not the only nation that has frowned against Bitcoin mining. Sweden and Norway also declared a full-scale ban on cryptocurrency mining because of the massive energy consumption of the operation. So is Bitcoin and other proof of work coins going to come under attack in the coming years? And what is this going to mean for other coins that are more environmentally friendly? We know Bitcoin is the leader of the pack, at least as of now. Right now, it's trading at about $46,100. And, it basically dictates where the rest of the market goes. Traditionally, what we've seen are altcoins following Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the leader. Once Bitcoin hits that high, we tend to see an altcoin season. Bitcoin retraces, then money goes from Bitcoin into altcoins. And, this is traditionally what we've seen in the crypto market. A speculative market, people just shifting money to and fro. But is that going to change with new rules, new regulations, and more people, more investors buying into this climate-friendly narrative? Well, take a look at this, guys. I saw this from Anders L. And Anders L posts this, a retweet out from quant_111. Exactly. Can't stress this enough, he says. So 40% of the entire market right now, the crypto market, is money parked in Bitcoin. So 40% of the entire crypto money is parked into Bitcoin, as I mentioned at the top of the video. You can see that here with Bitcoin dominance hovering around 40.9, so it's roughly around 41%. This is why Bitcoin is the top coin. It's got name recognition. It's a safe bet in a lot of ways, right? These Goldman Sachs guys, they feel comfortable investing in, well, first of all, they're getting into a brand new asset class, so they are not going to take risks right off the bat. And their advisors are likely going to tell them, well, we've got a Bitcoin product. So if you want to invest in crypto, Bitcoin, that's the safest bet. That's the one that's been around the longest. And, even down here, they were mentioning Goldman Sachs would join Morgan Stanley in offering up a BTC investment service to clients. So a lot of these banks too, they're starting off with Bitcoin and they eventually move out from there. So we have 40% of the market currently parked in Bitcoin because people and enterprise assume it is the safest bet. But 2 weeks ago, the officials of the EU, representing 450 million people, voted on a proof of work trading and mining ban. So back up to 2 weeks ago, and although it was shot down, this is what happened in EU Parliament. EU Parliament backtracks ban on Bitcoin's proof of work. What these guys were voting on was a ban of proof-of-work mining in the European Union. So EU Econ Committee voted on Monday to remove a section relating to a de facto ban on Bitcoin mining in the continent. The provision was part of the MiCA rules, the EU draft legislation to regulate Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies that passed on Monday's voting. So this was back in mid-March. An alternative amendment on proof of work had passed, however, adding Bitcoin mining to the EU sustainable finance taxonomy. So instead of banning it altogether, they said, no, we're not going to ban it, but we are going to make modifications. There are going to be rules put in place for Bitcoin mining. So we don't know the details of that, how much Bitcoin can be mined, maybe at what times it can be mined, maybe how it can be mined, and if there are other environmentally friendly ways to mine Bitcoin. So we don't really know what the rules are going to be, and we don't really know what the stipulations will be. But, you know, they didn't vote it down. But to Andrew Zell's point here, 57 voted against and 47 voted for the ban. So a slim majority voted against it. And that is not to say that this could not enter Parliament again and that the popular opinion could shift on this. So nothing is really safe. And Andrew Zell points that out, or actually Quant 111 points that out here. There is no safe bet in crypto. So Crypto Incel down here saying BTC at actual prices is not for the average Joe. I don't know when folks will start to realize that. Enterprise is balls deep in investing, making huge profits from smaller price raises, while Mike and Mary get their 2x on their $1,000. Congrats, that's neither life or wife changing. Basically saying, you know, crypto has already gotten so big, Bitcoin is not for retail anymore and more likely for institutional grade guys. Andrew Zell continuing the thread down here saying, plus with environmental demands and energy efficient Bitcoin will most likely face huge issues. It's not just energy consumption, but the fact that it's increasing. So just a chart here demonstrating Bitcoin energy consumption and showing us how it has moved over the years. And just even over the last year and a half, we have seen a huge uptick on Bitcoin energy consumption. We also just last week, and I did a video on this, I'll link it up here if you guys didn't catch that, the current path proof of work is on is unsustainable. Guys, this is coming from Chris Larsen, the CEO at Ripple. So it's unsustainable and will be met with a climate wall. This is the last thing I want. The crypto industry needs Bitcoin to continue to succeed. This industry is also one that embraces change. Why is acknowledging this fact so controversial? So that was the statement Chris Larsen made. Bitcoin is going to face challenges. And Chris Larsen is an advocate for climate-friendly solutions and is also, well, some may say, an unofficial mouthpiece for the World Economic Forum. I also did a video on that the other day. I'll link that up here in the top right-hand corner. Somebody who used to work at Ripple did call out Chris Larsen, essentially stating his ties with the World Economic Forum. I mean, that's no secret. And so what is this all going to mean? Now, Chris Larsen does say Bitcoin is going to still have a place in the crypto space, but if changes are made, is this going to affect Bitcoin's price? Is it going to affect Bitcoin's top ranking in crypto market cap? Well, it could. I mean, Bitcoin is basically right now sitting on its laurels. And if you guys don't know what that term is, what it means is to be satisfied with past success and do nothing to achieve further success. And so, you know, a lot of Bitcoin maxis, they say, well, you know, Bitcoin is here to stay. We do not care. We do not want to change the code. We think Bitcoin is the best solution, and therefore we're going to keep promoting Bitcoin. But we know the powers that be do not necessarily think the same thing, and now they've got advocates like Chris Larsen and other environmentally friendly advocates saying and stating here that, you know, there needs to be a change. And so, you know, could we see a shift? Is Bitcoin strong enough to sit on its laurels and maintain the #1 spot, maintaining market cap dominance? Or could we see money shift eventually from these types of proof of work coins into the coins that do solve problems? And not only that, coins that are more environmentally friendly, like XRP and you know, some of the other ones that have been touted by the World Economic Forum, for example, as being you know, environmentally friendly and coins that solve problems in a new and emerging financial system. But also, you know, with regards to the Internet of Things, it's not just going to be finance, it's going to be everything. So the question remains, are we going to see this shift? Are we even going to see a traditional rally like we have in the past where Bitcoin basically reaches its peak, then money comes out of Bitcoin and flows into altcoins, altcoins rally, and then the market collapses? Or could we see something else at the top of this market? Now, I'm not suggesting we're at the top right now. This could be in 6 months. This could be in a year. I do project Bitcoin and altcoin prices going higher. So this is not necessarily about the price of where these coins are going to go. But could we see something different this time? Could we see the pressure around proof of work mounting? And could that result in money this time coming out of Bitcoin into altcoins and perhaps staying in altcoins? And I'll give you one better, not just altcoins in general, because we know 99% of the coins will likely collapse if they do not solve problems. Could that money remain in the altcoins that do solve a problem? And will that fuel the crypto market? Let's not forget, guys, institutional money is on the sidelines. Investors who have to qualify for Goldman Sachs have to have at least $25 million. So if money moves out of Bitcoin, and if this market cap sees a 2, 3, 5-fold, 10-fold increase, and we see that money shifting from Bitcoin to the altcoins that solve a problem, well, where do you think price could go for coins like XRP in that type of circumstance? It's a hypothesis, and it's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.